Hi friends, this is Miri, your friend on a quest for health and longevity. Today you'll hear from my good friend Lucas Lowe, someone who survived late-stage cancer without conventional treatment. He will share what he changed, how he healed, and the mindset shifts that truly made a difference. Whether you're facing chronic illnesses, caring for someone who is, or just searching for a deeper approach to healing, I promise this will move you. This isn't medical advice, it's Lucas' personal story, and it might change the way you see your own. So your story is really fascinating and very inspiring.
I still think it's a miracle for me. If I've been through that again, I don't know whether I can survive.
So the pain can be so excruciating that I can 在地上打滚. I know the doctor is trying to communicate 3 words to me. Wait and die.
Because the doctor says you like that, maybe less than 1 year.
Were you getting ready to just disappear, die?
I thought I would die.
Yes.
I choose to believe I can recover.
Yeah. So after 6 months, what happened?
Then I go for body checkup. Nothing really.
Really?
So
6 months only?
Yeah, 6 months.
I'd like to introduce my good friend to you,
Thank
Lucas Lowe. Lucas is a survivor of late-stage cancer. I'm very impressed with the way he has healed himself with so many things, from diet, from his meditation, his lifestyle. Yeah, so many dimensions that maybe you can later mention to us. So
Yeah, my honor.
I used to be a full-time caregiver to my late mother who suffered from lung cancer. I spent a very meaningful time with her for 4 years, which is something, I'm glad I did. So that's how we became friends, because not only we shared common experience, but also because we have been trying to heal ourselves or our family with lifestyle, not only from medication. We can look for solutions from everyday life. Tell us about your path of discovery.
At a very young age, I need to support my parents.
And I worked very hard. I started my business in my university days. But I got this huge pain started when I into my 3rd to 4th year of my career. Sharp pain around here. I don't care. I thought, how old only that time? 28, 29. Having good life, good lifestyle. This health is the least thing I think about. Okay, so really don't care.
Must have been such a big shock for you.
它的痛咯，就常常来。Then 它的痛是从小，然后慢慢 spread， 然后又针刺，从针刺它变成很像 rumble。
Yes.
Yeah.
Then you have to deal with it for sure.
And then it's so painful that I thought that was about 30-ish already, because the pain sustained from 28-ish to 30-ish. Then I sense that, 不对嘞. I need to consult a doctor, because I was a bit stubborn. The pain is there. The intensity started to increase.
So the pain can be so excruciating that I can 在地上打滚.
Oh man.
Right. Then 要喝冷水又喝热水 to numb my nerves.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Okay. Then so what happens when I see the doctor? I know the doctor is trying to communicate 3 words to me. Wait and die.
So the doctor, after doing all the reports, right, final diagnosis says, okay, late stage column, all these things, right? Really start writing all the medication and want to set a date. The doctor says, you like that, maybe less than 1 year. You prepare yourself. So wait and die.
Yeah.
And when then I get out, I just like, okay, 我不要做任何东西，谢谢你。Go and pay and butch up and go out, right? Then I went to a denier. So deniers, 怎么可能？上天, you know?
Yes, my mom went through that as well.
A huge denier.
Yeah.
But that denier lasts me for about 5 to 6 days. Then I start to write things down.
Okay.
I start to understand from the past 5 to 6 years or 3 to 4 years, what have I been doing to lead me to this? I was like writing down every day what food I eat. Then I go and do research. About 70% to 80% of my diet is my love for fried food dessert sweet things, because every single meal I need to complete with dessert. Even breakfast, lunch or dinner,
Yes.
So I know that maybe sugar is the problem.
Yes.
Maybe fried food is the problem.
Right. And your stress as well, right?
I do the thinking myself.
Yeah.
Then after that, I thought, okay, stress is the main killer. Food is the main killer. Okay, I stopped eating and try how long I can sustain.
You mentioned you moved away.
I moved away. I even relocate myself to a deserted area where I see less people, I meet less people, and I use less. I completely almost stop my phone and stuff unless urgency call for my family. Then things start to change.
Right.
Yeah.
How?
And then I become more calm. Because running business is very jumpy, ma. 这个有问题，那个问题，哇 must go and solve. Like even the muscles are tense up. Then I become a vegan for 6 months. Every day I have specific routines.
Right. Okay.
But before I develop a specific routines, then I go and learn. I was learning.
I'm sure the audiences are very interested. When you mentioned vegan, perhaps you can let us know what you ate.
So I eat very minimal. So one day only about 1 or 2 meals. Yeah, only 1 or 2 meals. Then vegan as in I tried colorful and rainbow.
Yes, this
veggies.
is what I recommend also.
Yeah, I can order organic. I think organic helps a lot also. So then I got to know, okay, this veggie is plant for where. Like broccoli is a must. Yeah.
For
then cabbage.
Yes.
Yeah, cabbage. But I didn't know what is all these things.
The cruciferous vegetables.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I choose different color. Every day must have different colors.
20% maybe or less of the cancers are caused by genetics. But whether it manifests or not, whether it turns into cancer or not, is 80% your lifestyle, your diet, and then how you deal with your stress, and do you sleep well? Do you exercise?
Yeah. I incorporate a lot of natural healing, which I think that could be one of the major factors.
Okay, share with us.
Because I used to be very agitated. So every day, my routine in my morning is that, okay, I just do the exercise, the qigong, 八段锦.
Oh, I love that.
So 八段锦 every day.
It's the best exercise for everyone.
Yeah, so easy to use.
Yeah, and then it actually is proven to be able to drive circulation in all parts of the body.
And the more I learn about 八段锦, I find that every different movements, it represents different massage or like moving of your internal organs.
Yeah, exactly. So when I feel unwell, like bloated, tired, or like during my menses, I feel like pain, then I will want to go for 八段锦.
Yeah, 坚持 every day.
Okay, that's very good.
So it takes me about 10-15 minutes. Very quick one, breathe, and every movement you do breathing, and then you do it slow. And slow is the key.
Yeah.
No need rush, and do it with a very peaceful, calm heart.
Yeah, a lot of youngsters, when I mentioned, like people in 40 something, I mentioned to them, hey, you're feeling stressed, you're unwell, maybe you can try 八段锦.
Yeah, 万事万物, right, is all energy, 能量, right? And what causes 能量 and energy is vibration. Because when anything that vibrates, it will cause frequency. How many times it vibrates within a cycle, and that will form energy. So if we are aware of energy, we can channel the energy to whatever that we feel pain, and then the body will go into healing. Provided if we feed ourselves well with a good emotional flow. Like sometimes you mix with good people energy, like Miri, you can feel, even you sit here, right, you can feel the togetherness of, because every body and objects is of energy emitting form. Then you will feel this calmness as embodied around them.
Right.
So when the body is inflamed or diseased, right, it will naturally affect different emotions. Because every organs represents different emotions. So if we can maintain a certain calmness in our body will naturally heal itself.
Yeah, so I support a lot of lung cancer patients, and then they come to me for various issues like, after their chemotherapy, they develop pneumonia, or they develop skin rashes, or all these gut issues, kidney problems. A lot of them, because of their treatments, they have very low energy, but they have no choice. So I'm really impressed by your sharing.
So there are 2 ways to improve energy, right? Because it's mind over body and body over mind. So the reason why I start to study how body movement like 八段锦 can help, because there's body over mind. Because sometimes we are very stressed about things is the mind, right? And then how we can manage the mind over body? Do meditation. You go forested area, you look at natural things. 心无杂念. 不要看太多美女。不可以跟名人在一起都太求女生。then 你就没有杂念，对吗？ Then you are harnessing your energy from within. So immediately after my 八段锦, I will meditate at least 30 minutes to 1 hour at least. And I notice when I say this, a lot of people may be shocked, because if you go into deep meditative mode, right, your body will move by itself. And then I even experienced my body can twist and turn by its own flow of energy.
Right.
And my mind is totally empty. Initially, when I arrived at this stage, I was in a shock. I want to control back, but the more I control, the body will start to have its own way to
How much
adjust
time
itself.
do you do meditation each day?
When I was at that period of healing, I was doing one in the morning and one at night before I sleep. And the energy between morning and night is different because of how the rhythm of life is different.
Great.
So what I did is that in the morning when I do the routine, right, I'll tell my body, because morning routine is healing the routine. So you can use the yang qi to channel. I mean, sorry, it sounds a bit like wow, 什么武功. Actually, how to channel energy is very simple. You just think of the spot in any of your body point. Naturally, your qi will go there. Yeah. So I'm very thankful to the doctor that identified I got issues on my organs, which column that caused the late stage, right? Then every day I just think about healthy column.
Yeah.
And channel the qi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then at night, then say your thanks and gratitude to all your body that worked so hard for the beginning of the life.
That's so important.
Yeah, very important.
When I'm having issues going to sleep, when I have insomnia and wake up in the middle of the night, then sometimes I pray, sometimes I count the sheep. But the one that works best is always to count all the blessings.
Correct.
So I believe in gratitude as well. Yeah.
So that generous healing.
So what was really going through your mind? Because as a young person, you suddenly being diagnosed with such a terrible disease. Then you move away from family, because most people will be looking for their loved ones to console them, help them with the daily life.
I didn't even tell my family members or even my friends.
You didn't tell anyone?
No. Only recently when I started to do my social media, I start to share my audience. My parents got a shock. How come you didn't tell me all these things, What are you being through?
Yeah.
Because I always think that if I want to share all these things to everybody, everyone who are very helpful, usually as friends or families, they have their own way of trying to educate or tell you, hey, try this, try that.
Yes.
But sorry to say that, but who are they to really understand what we personally have went through to cause the effect? So when they understand the cause and effect, we are the creator and solution of all problems.
Also, for different cancer types and different stages, the solution is all different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So something that works for you may not necessarily work for someone else. Yeah. For example, I would give because I help mostly lung cancer patients. So, and even within lung cancer, there are so many genetic mutations and so many target therapies are available. So for each type is different.
One thing, Miri, is that even when we are sick, right, don't believe that you are sick. And that is very helpful thought. So when I start to understand that all these things that cause my problem, right? So I reprogram my mindset to think that I'm a happy, healthy person.
True.
Yeah. So whichever pain I have, because in that process I still feel pain.
Yeah.
It still strikes me.
Even for people without serious disease, for 女人, for women, tell yourself you're pain. So for people me going through, getting old.
No, I can't find that.
This year. So I just want to remind people who are like me. 女生 okay 不要说女人啊女生对女生 until 80 years old, just tell yourself 美每天都很漂亮 then easily you have the confidence 一样的 even for sickness well a lot of the people who are in stage 4 disease then the doctors will say 学习与它共存 because if you cannot eliminate it then just live together, just 叫他乖乖 peacefully, just grow old together. Hopefully can extend and grow old together. You were telling us how you healed yourself and how long did that last?
6 months.
Then
there are more to it. Actually, that routine, because I delegate myself, whatever I do is all about healing. Yeah. Which means I'm very watchful what I eat. I'm very watchful the sound I hear. I'm very watchful the things I see, all the 5 sensory. I'm very even watchful the way I breathe. And I didn't take any supplements then for the first 6 months. Yeah, because I immersed myself using routine to reverse whatever I had before.
Right, but during that time, did you still feel that gruesome pain going on?
For the initially 1 to 2 months, yes. And I find that the frequency reduces and the intensity drops drastically.
You know what it feels like? It's like the 金庸小说 到深山，真的 I do believe like people go for retreats.
It helps a lot.
Yeah,
But those retreats are very short bursts, like 3-5 days. You need prolong. During that period, I slept like 8 p.m.
Yeah, so
7
you had
p.m.
really long hours of rest.
Long hours. I wake up about 5, 4.
Yes.
Then I begin my routine. So every day is about, I stop thinking about work. I stop thinking about making friends. I stop thinking about looking at beautiful girls.
Okay.
Everything I think about
无杂念
already. So every day, either I attend workshops about different ways of healing, or I just in my room, I walk around because I stay in a nice hotel where you step out, it's like greenery.
Yeah.
Greenery, walk around. So every day I walk about 4 to 5 clicks.
Oh.
Yeah. So when I walk, I even have routine, like I will squeeze my 那个缩阴提肛
Oh, yeah.
hold my breath
Yes.
and walk, and then I breathe again, so again. So I have routines. Like every morning when I wake up, I will sip 100 sips of water.
Yeah.
抿，这样抿，这样抿。
Yes.
Then every 抿, I will even 提肛.
Yeah.
So in fact, then I was so strict to myself, right? Every 1 week, I will do fasting for about 1 to 2 days. No food.
Wow.
Yeah. And every day is only 1 to 2 meals. So I was in a even smaller size than
Yeah.
And then every 1 month, I'll do a bit longer fasting between 5 to 9 days consecutively. And until to the point I enjoy with no food. Because I noticed that when we have no food, our mind will not start thinking. But the moment you start to change the way you eat, it really change your microbiome.
I really feel, listening to you, I feel you can start like a movement or a community of people who are struggling and want to get better.
I'm very thankful that my body undergo that disease. It makes me reprogram and rethink the whole structure.
I really believe in the benefit of energy healing. Also in believing in yourself that you're being able to heal. How different are you now compared to?
Last time I'm very easily agitated. So a perfectionist,
you go.
跟人家吵架 perfectionist. Even I go to restaurants, I want the things my way, I'll scold the waiter. Those type of person, very angry person.
Okay, understand.
I want my taste. I want this. I want that.
Right, and then
very
you blame somebody for being unprofessional if they don't deliver
Yeah.
what you expected, right?
Yeah.
I can see my husband being like that.
So after I learned all these things, I find that the energy of calmness and the energy of letting things unfold by itself is even more powerful than Lucas is trying to change the world, which it doesn't happen.
Right.
Even that, I find that this persona that I've developed after I had this is even more powerful than before. So now whatever things happen, happen already. Thank you. So everything leads to a thankful outcome.
Yeah.
Then good things will start to unfold by itself. So once I accept, okay, Lucas, you got cancer. What's next you can do? How can you use, we have 5 sensories, right? How can you massage your sensories to be more happy, to be more acceptance at this? Because you can't change the results overnight. Then the whole body is smooth already. You'll feel that, it's not a challenge anymore. You accepted things.
Yes.
And things just unfold. So what I need to focus is what I can do for my body every day. What I can do for my stomach. What I can do for my organ. So they become your friends.
Yes.
They will work with you.
This morning I was listening to an expert who talks about inflammation. A recent study of people who walk 2,000 steps a day or less, and then comparing people who walk 10,000 steps a day. The people who don't walk, they have high aging.
Yes.
So inflammation causes aging, speed up. Whereas people who walk 10,000 steps a day, around that amount, their inflammation is really slow, like close to nothing. It may be difficult for people to be like you, right?
I learned that too.
Okay, 6 months. But they can do 10,000 steps or 8,000 steps a day. You can spread it out throughout the day. Instead of just going to the gym for 1 hour and just run as fast as you can.
In fact, the gym will stress your body. Have a good mental health is very powerful. Have a good routine in life is powerful.
I believe you can be a very, very good mentor to people going through similar things.
One thing very key is I choose to believe I can recover. And that's my choice. And I keep reinforcing that no matter how pain I was.
Yeah.
And every day before I sleep, I will just say thanks. I say, 谢谢你在治疗我. And another thing about stress is that stress will cause the kidney to overwork because our kidney has the adrenaline gland, right? So the moment that it pump out adrenaline, it will cause our body to stop all other functions except to run or to fight against the adversity that you are facing, right?
Did you know there's something called adrenal fatigue?
Yeah.
So I was diagnosed as having adrenal fatigue, mainly because I was a caregiver. I was caregiver for 4 years. In the last year, my mom was suddenly out of breath, or suddenly she would cough up blood. Suddenly she would need me to put the oxygen to give her. Otherwise, her oxygen went down to like 70. It was very dangerous. Sometimes she would call me 2 times at night, 2 a.m., 4 a.m. It led to my adrenal being always up. You're basically being a war zone. No? In the end, my adrenal became fatigued. My sleeping was still an issue. My cortisol was interestingly super low as somebody with immunity impairment. The cortisol cannot give out anymore. It's too tired.
Wow.
So that's why, you know, what I'm doing right now is I hope to be able to support people going through the same journey.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not a psychiatrist or psychologist or counselor, but I went through the entire journey of being a caregiver for 4 years. I do understand that kind of stress and the heartbreak that a person has to go through. So that's why I welcome if you guys need support in this area, like caregiving. You also studied nutrition, right? The reason I study health coaching is because my intention is to help people to get better in health, from suboptimal health to better health instead of to poor health.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, because even going through what you went through, Miri, a lot of people might feel that it's very dreadful, it's very challenging, and avoid the experiences again. But I find so much love in yourself, in your well-being, and now you're so fulfilled with so much love with what you've been through, and you have a mission that carries on to do this. It's so heartwarming of you.
You know, everybody is born different. Being able to develop human relationship is something that drives me. Being able to help people. As a professionally trained certified health coach, I need to say what he has done to heal himself may not work for everybody.
Yeah.
It's like a disclaimer, yes. So we are not doctors, but we are sharing our own personal experience.
Correct.
So the fact that he chose for himself to believe in healing by himself and not go to take, conventional treatments is his choice.
Yeah.
At the same time, a very big inspiration for us that we can understand all the possibilities out there. Yeah, and believe in healing.
Correct.
Yeah, believe in healing and heal yourself.
Yeah.
If you have to say one last thing, one message to encourage people who are going through the cancer journey, what would you say?
Accept your current situation and always believe whatever stage you are in, you are the solution for yourself. Once you realize that, you become very powerful. You can heal yourself.
Once you believe there will always be a solution just around the corner, you just have to look for it. It's right there for you.
Exactly.
Lucas' story reminds us that healing isn't just about protocols or pills. It's about reclaiming responsibility, believing in your own healing, and finding practical solutions in daily life. If you've ever felt discouraged or overwhelmed on your health journey, I hope this gave you a glimpse of what's possible. Let me know in the comments what part of Lucas' story resonated most with you. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, please share it with them. If you'd like my support on your healing journey, or you're looking for personalized health coaching, you'll find my contact details in the descriptions below. Until next time, stay curious, stay compassionate, and keep fighting for your health. Thanks for watching, and see you again in the next video.